Hello, everybody. I'm Adam with opinions and beer. Is this loud? I don't know. I was hoping the audio. I can't even tell if the audio is working. I just had to redo it because we were lagging so horribly. I was lagging like a damn. I was lagging very badly. So here we are. Today's beer of the day, if you missed it, is Captain Dynamite IPA. This is a 7.7% beer brewed by New Belgium Brewing Company. I've never really been a fan of New Belgium, to be honest. This beer is pretty good though. It seems like one of their random beers they throw out there, but it tastes just like all their other IPAs, and so I'm not too impressed by anything happening right now with this beer. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's talking to me. Me. All right, guys. This beer is very light. It's hazy-ish. The flavor dissipates pretty quickly. It's pretty smooth though. Tastes like water, like orange juice water. Tastes like mixing orange juice and water. It's very weird. AEW just had a big surprise. They had Alistair Black showed up, and it was pretty much garbage. It's pretty much garbage. I don't know why AEW they want to just keep on bringing these WWE stars over. They're basically like WWE light, but they're trying to be not light. It's like they're actively trying to not be WWE light, but by doing so, they are WWE light. It's like just NXT 2. It's a bunch of people that I don't know with some legends mixed. You know what it's like ECW. It's like WWE ECW. It's the ECW brand WWE. That's what AEW reminds me of. That's exactly the same thing. People are praising a lot of their stuff, but it's like, y'all didn't praise December to Dismember, which is almost like all that stuff is like exactly the same thing you're watching over at AEW. So it kind of blows my mind. But yeah, just chatting it up. I was gonna read something. I'm gonna give this beer a low rating. A pretty low rating. Now let's read about the future of female wrestling. Although wrestling originated as a way for two men to settle disputes, over the years, women have proven themselves worthy of stepping into the ring. Nobody knows for sure what the future holds for female wrestling except for me. Technological progress continues. Robots that are also lesbians will replace women. Lesbian robots will be in the future. Spend most of their... What are you doing? I'm trying to read about lesbian robots, and my wife was barging in. Barging in. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't have a big enough following to go live, I guess. I think the trick, though, is to go live frequently to build a following that will one day be there when you go live, and you probably have to have like set times. I guess I can't really set times and dates for things. It's kind of very spontaneous. I have to be spontaneous. It's one of those things when you have a family life, I guess. Who's watching this? Lauren, There's two people. Two people. It's very weird. Very strange. I don't know who it is. Don't know what's going on. I'm just drinking the beer. Let's see some news. Let's go to the news. See what's going on. News. Haiti police kill 4 in fight with suspected killers of President Jovenel Moise. I guess the president of Jovenel Moise was killed by 4 people. Oh, they killed 4. Oh, damn. So Haiti police killed 4 suspected people. Jesus. Florida grand jury will explore ways to prevent another building collapse. That's pretty sad. Pretty sad stuff. Building collapsing. It's like, what do you even do? Let's look at some crazy news. What's some crazy news going on in the news today? See. Digital billboard projects giant 3D cat over Tokyo. Texas women collection of video game systems earns 2. Well, let's see that. What's that about? Texas women's collection of video game systems earns 2 world records. A Texas woman with a massive collection of video game systems earned 2 Guinness World Records for her efforts. Linda Glory, 51, of Richardson, Texas, was awarded the Guinness record for largest collection of LCD gaming systems, 1,599, and largest collection of playable gaming systems, 2,430. Glory said her collection started at age 8 with a red Conic basketball game, and her passion for collecting was reignited by a conversation with her brother in 2003. We were up late one night talking trash about who had been the best player for various games when we were kids. Then he asked, "Whatever happened to your tabletop Pac-Man?" The next thing you know, I was on eBay looking for the tabletop Pac-Man. I wanted to see if I could still beat my high score. As I searched, I saw dozens of games I always wanted as a child but never had. I thought I would be satisfied buying 2 or 3, then it seemed silly not to have the whole series. She says she soon had cabinets filled with vintage gaming systems. She said her collection grew by leaps and bounds during her visits to Japan. The ability to buy in Japan was huge. I cannot count the number of cities I visited. If there was a rumor of a game store selling vintage game systems, I made it my business to find it. I was fearless in my search. Thoughts of being lost and searching the back streets of Akihabara in Japan still brings a smile to my face. Jesus, she just was traveling around buying gaming systems and being kind of crazy, being weird, buying games. Shit, that's pretty crazy, though. Pretty crazy. Wild monkey spotted on the loose in Shanghai. World's tallest sandcastle assembled in Denmark. A 12-foot python escaped from enclosure at Louisiana Mall. Oh, that's pretty recent. 11 hours ago. Firefighters joined in the search at a Louisiana mall for a 12-foot python that escaped from her enclosure at an animal exhibit located inside the shopping center. The Blues Zoo at the mall. Can you imagine like walking around a mall and a giant fucking snake, a 12-foot snake? It's like, hey, buddy, what you doing? How's life? How's life going? Tree crashes the roof directly over a baby's crib. That's sad. I guess nothing sad happened, but it was still crazy. Still crazy to read. Bear takes a dip in kiddie pool behind. That's pretty funny. Animals are always doing crazy little funny things. Like taking swims in kiddie pools. Massachusetts man collects his second $1 million lottery. Geez, how many times can you win $1 million? What a lucky piece of shit. Piece of shit. What a lucky piece of shit. World's longest plastic water slide record broken in West Virginia. 2,021 feet across the surface. of water sliding. He slid. That's how long he slid. Was 2,000 feet. How far is 2,000 feet? Dog reported stolen in Florida after 7 years in Michigan. A dog who went missing in Florida was reunited with his owner 7 years later when he ended up at an animal shelter in Michigan. How random is that shit? How would they even know though? How would they even know that was their dog later? Oh yeah, my dog was in animal shelter in Michigan. It's from Florida. How random was that? Alligator visits Florida church. Is greeted by pastor who doesn't bite his hand off like in Loki. Damn, probably a Loki alligator going to church. Escaped venomous snake captured after 2 days in North Carolina. Man wins $100,000 when store sells out of preferred lottery game. It's like, oh, they sold out of the game I like to play, so I bought another one. Oh, bam, $100,000. Walmart employee tackles deer inside store. Get out of here! Get out of here, you fucking deer! This is like a funny looking thing. I can only imagine like a Walmart employee having to tackle a deer. It's pretty retarded. Women win 112-year-old Puerto Rican dubbed world's oldest living man. 112 years old? I bet you there's someone older than him. Maybe not. You know what's funny though? Somebody's always, you're always older than somebody. At some point, you'll be older than somebody, I guess. No one ever ages up. So, there's no one will ever be born older than you. I thought that was a random, interesting tidbit. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to even do. I'm just saying the things I want to say to you. Anybody a fan of AEW? Let's see. I don't care about AEW. If you're a fan of AEW, comment below of why. Why are you a fan of AEW? Because it makes no sense. Makes absolutely zero sense to be a fan of that fucking show. That fucking atrocity. I just don't think they earned it. I feel like they were just given money and did not earn where they're at. They're like, oh yes, they did. It's Cody. No, he did not earn that at all. Makes no sense. Makes no damn sense. I probably should have had a lot more to say and talk about. I just didn't realize. I just kind of forgot that I don't have much instant followers. You have to build this stuff up. You got to schedule it and say, hey, I'm going to be going live. Come check this stuff out. What we're going to talk about. We need to give life advice. Life advice. What's some movie news we can talk about and give our opinions on? Movie news. Movie news. Screen rant, baby. Let's see. David Harbour on Red Guardian status during Thanos battle. Damn it. I used to click on the stupid thing. Where was David Harbour? Long waiting between the events. Set to explore Super Assassins. A part of blah blah blah. Oh my god, I hate the fucking articles where you gotta click over 20 times to read the article. It's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool top perfectly cast Twitter poll. That was a pretty good casting. those are pretty perfect casting. I mean, everyone wanted Ryan Reynolds to be Deadpool. That's like the biggest thing everybody ever wanted. Everyone said that he was the perfect cast. So it's not even crazy. Here's what I can talk about. So I don't know if anyone I haven't watched Fear Street Part 2 yet, but I watched Fear Street Part 1, and I guess I'm in the minority of this one, but Fear Street Part 1 sucked. It was pretty much trash. I don't even know who could watch that stupid fucking shit. I mean, at first it was good. The first part was good. There's some cinematography that's really well done and kind of horror-ish, but I feel like the script was just so horrid. It was so stupid. I didn't understand. Like people were just doing nothing. Like there's weird things that like it's just not what you would do. It's just random. Like people started fucking just they're being chased by people, and it's like, oh, uh, we're gonna have everyone have sex or masturbate. It's like, what? It's like, what the hell? The reason why they did that though is because because we're doing a reverse stereotypes and in a stereotypical horror movie, if you have sex, you get killed. But that's like they don't they don't have sex during when they're being chased. When they're being chased by 6 murderers, it's usually like at the beginning, like they don't know there's a murderer out there, but they know these people, these children know that that murderer demons are trying to kill them, but they pause to have sex and masturbate. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I thought that was and then they were like just like people were just laughing and about that girl that died and they just didn't care. But there was nothing established in the show. It may be in the book, but not in the show. You know what I mean? I never read the book, so I can't like rely on it. So it's like there was nothing in the show that made it make sense of why they were just so unforgiving of like just so like mean. They were acting like that the city from It, where everyone's like mean, like, oh, they're all a bunch of assholes and try to throw rocks at gay people. But like this, they had no establishing reason why this town was like that, except they say there's a bunch of murders all the time, but then when they're going through the murders, it's like, oh, every 20 years. It's like that's not a bunch of murders. It's every 20 years there's a murder. Like any small town has a murder every 3 years or something. You know what I mean? Like so this they're like, there's so many murders here. One every 20 years. Like, yeah, no, that's what? What? So, and that makes someone dicks. That makes everybody just dicks. And there's so many murders here. Say no. Like, what's going on? I thought that was that's probably the most dumbest script ever written recently in recent memory. Horrible script. So, but it was shot well at the beginning. I like the opening was was done real well. The homages to Scream, things like that. But just the rest of the movie. I mean, the characters, the acting. I did not like the acting from the lead. I thought she was horrible. I thought the dude. The only good actor was the brother. The brother was a good actor. He did pretty well. Everyone else was just garbage, trash. I just did not like it. Did not like Fear Street Part 1, and so I'm don't even want to watch Part 2, but apparently it's a lot different and kind of like the opposite. They say it's the opposite of the first one, so maybe I'll check it out and get back to you on if this Part 2 is better than Part 1 to me. A lot of people are hating. They're like, oh, Part 2 is not that good, but everyone was praising the first one, so maybe I'm gonna have an alternate opinion to other people. I'm really looking forward to the new Jurassic Park. I really like that Jurassic Park cartoon. We're gonna talk a lot more about dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. We're gonna rank it on upcoming episodes of Opinions and Beer. So stay tuned for the podcast and upcoming episodes because we're gonna talk about dinosaurs and robots and robot dinosaurs, and we're gonna go kind of all out there. We're gonna we're gonna talk about weird stuff in the coming episodes for Opinions and Beer. We got some fun little stuff coming out. We try to get some really good guests on, but but one of the guests shot us down. Some big guests have shot us down recently, and so that always sucks. But it's all like whatever. That way. But we're working hard on making sure we have upcoming content that's really good for the podcast. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, go over to Spotify, Pandora, or iTunes, Pandora, or Spotify. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and listen along every Thursday. We post a new episode. And so we're going to be talking about some fun stuff coming soon. Be sure to check out the recent How to Brew. We brewed a brown ale, Cabal's brown ale. Be sure to check that out. And then also be sure, if you haven't checked out us brewing the first beer, the Blonde, check that out as well. The Blonde ale is based off of Perfection Ale, Perfection Valley, and from Trimmers. The second one is based off Cabal from Mortal Kombat. We interviewed Michael Gross. And we also interviewed Cabal, Daniel Nelson, who played Cabal in the Mortal Kombat. So that's what it's based off of. All of our beers are going to be based off our guests. And so the more guests we get, the more opportunities of beer we can make. So if we don't get any more guests, we can't make much more beer, can we? But we're doing our best. We're trying crazy stuff. No one's really commenting, and no one's up and talking and chatting to do life advice. But hopefully, this is just it's kind of weird just talking and knowing that no one's here. And so hopefully we can at some point grow this channel and do things in a time where people are awake. We can tune in, people can listen, people can chat along with us. We can give life advice and talk about craft beer and entertainment, news, and all that stuff, and fun stuff. This beer sucks. It's drinkable, but it's not that good. Nothing. Oh, New Belgium sucks, man. When I was first getting the craft beer, I was like, oh, New Belgium, oh yeah. Everything about New Belgium is just bland. It's a lot more blander than the one who's more famous. Who is it that's more famous? Sierra Nevada. I think Sierra Nevada beats New Belgium. They're kind of like in the same bracket as far as popularity goes. It's like New Belgium, Sierra Nevada. They're like very similar as far as famous goes. They're both sold by Walmart, and but just Sierra Nevada brews way better beer than fucking pansy ass New Belgium. They talk about all kinds of weird shit. Oh, we're gonna charge $100 and make a beer that tastes like burnt grass or whatever because it's all these fires and pollution and you're driving your gas cars. It's so horrible. Why don't you drive an electric car? If you drive an electric car, our beers wouldn't taste bad. That's what they said. They made a whole fucking stink about it. They're like, yeah, if you cared about the environment, our beers wouldn't suck. It's like, no, I think your beers just suck. They've always sucked. I once bought that sample pack, and it all tastes like fucking fake bananas. It was the worst taste I've ever had in my life. It was fucking a bunch of fake banana taste. I was like, Jesus. I've brewed 2 beers in my life. They both were better than these fucking New Belgium beers. But that's just my opinion. And that's fine. Because all I have here are opinions. and beer. Hey, look, who just came on? It says 3 people. Someone just showed up, huh? Someone just showed up. I'm trying to exit out. I guess I'm only streaming for 25 minutes. Anyone out there? Anyone here talking to me? I was just shitting on fucking New Belgium. I think New Belgium's trash. This beer's fine. I'm drinking it. But I've literally brewed 2 beers in my life, and it's better than anything I've ever drank in New Belgium. And that's not even that's not even talking myself up. That's just saying how much they suck. They suck. Like, what? I don't understand. Maybe it's the batch size. Maybe because I can only brew so small of batches. Like, the flavor is just getting in there better. Maybe they should know that. They should fucking account for the fact they're making bigger batches. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand how a homebrew tastes better than the crap that you buy from fucking Walmart that they're making. Who knows how much money they make all this fucking shit. They're making too much money on beer that sucks. When like where's the craft? Where's the craft in these craft beers? I don't see craft anymore. I mean I have this other beer next to me. I was gonna drink it if I have 2 beers. I have one just in case we get people watching and chatting and talking. But that beer tastes crafty, but synthetic crafty, where they like use a bunch of nothingness. It's actually quite annoying. Quite annoying they use nothing. Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Yes, by I have this one right here. I'm only gonna crack it open if we get people chatting it up with us. But I have a Campfire Ghost Stories. You probably heard the review on the last podcast if you listen to it. Campfire and Ghost Stories is an Imperial Milk Stout with graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate. The marshmallows, though, is probably the worst marshmallow beer I've had. Sadly, because I really like, because they do a good marshmallow beer. They do a Blueberry. That Blueberry, fucking perfect marshmallow. This one, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with that Campfire crap. But yeah, no, that marshmallow was like it's like they're doing some. They don't really make that good of stouts. I think is what it is. They make really good sours. Maybe it's because that synthetic. Maybe the synthetic taste. Maybe they use a lot of like extracts and like flavoring drops or something. Like maybe they put like. Because I thought about doing that for some of my, especially for the for some of my sours, like just getting like drops, like flavor drops, and just like squirting it into the beer, because it seems like it'd be a little easier to get the flavor into the beer. Which maybe that's the way to do it, the easy way to do it. But that works better for. I don't think that works for stouts. I just don't. It just has this weird taste to it, the weirdest taste. I couldn't take it. I mean, it was funny though, is Ed Ray liked it, but he doesn't like beer. So it's funny he liked that, but I'm like, I like beer, but this was so fake. It was like such the fakest marshmallow taste I've ever had. I just can't explain it. Even Shiner did a better job with their s'mores. Shiner did that s'mores beer, had a marshmallow in it, and that one was the first year. Their first year's batch was off the chain. It's kind of ever since though it has dwindled. Okay, their s'mores has dwindled from Shiner, but yeah, still a little better than this Campfire and Ghost Stories by Ingenious. But okay, I think I'm so delayed though that you don't even know that I'm asking you guys to talk to me. So, as I was saying, New Belgium's trash. Ingenious, sometimes they taste like they're not real. And we got a lot of stuff coming up for Opinions of Beer. Talking dinosaurs, robots, dirty minds, all kinds of content is on the way. We're gonna get through. We have 2 more episodes coming up. We have the me and Keenan. We review our beer, the Cabal's Brown Ale, the Nomad, and then we have another episode that comes after that where we react to a current trending popular metal song, because the guy does this. He does that very well. Or does he? Sounds very edited. I may. It's funny. I'm like, that's synthetic. That's fake. That's edited. Maybe I just think everything is a trick. I'm being tricked. I always feel like I'm being tricked. Someone's tricking me into believing something fake. Don't you trick me. Don't you trick me, bubble man, boy, coward. Yes, this is Opinions and Beer. Usually I edit it so it goes, we are Opinions and Beer. Make sure to subscribe for more opinions and beer.